Hello, Derbyverse, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to Battle of Bunker Hill. Day one, Friday night here in Dover, New Hampshire. I'm Pinky Donchadero.
And I am Discussions. Welcome to the Dover Ice Arena, where we are ready for a weekend of incredible derby. And the first game is definitely that. Wouldn't you say, Pinky?
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be the Battle of Black and Reds. In the black jerseys with red accents, we have the Penn Jersey Roller Derby, the Philadelphia Hooligans, number 100 Crash. Number 1014, No Gus, No Glory. Number 24, Pippa Raygun. Number 255, Frank Shredhot. Number 273, Uller. Number 3, Mike Oxbig. Number 37, Valentine. Number 4, Nurse Ratchet. Number 410, Still Love This Every Time, Something Generic. Number 412, Bandalion. Number 413, Rolling Thunder. Number 44, Mofo. Number 789, Sneaky Spice. Number 80, Eye of the Storm. And number 87, Skidney Crosby.
And skating in white for the Austin Anarchy, we have number 1, Bruiser Lee. Number 11, Shreddy Krueger. Number 119, Truffle Shuffle. Number 13, S Payne. Number 202, Freight Train. Number 217, Linyan. Number 22, Mimi Mahler. Number 237, Blue Jay. Number 32, Ice Cole. Number 323, SoCal Menace. Number 35, Sharknado. Number 619, Damn Daniel. Number 71, Cat Tricks. Number 721, Limon. Number 8008, Mr. G. And number 91, Gomez.
You know, I'm excited to see this Austin Anarchy roster. I'm definitely seeing some skaters coming back that have been absentee for a while, like Ice Cole. So glad to see Ice Cole back. And this is a pretty big roster for Austin Anarchy. They tend to skate down, you know, that's a big travel commitment to come from Texas to New Hampshire. So awesome to see.
What are you talking about? The
It's right next door, right?
Yeah, the Portsmouth International Airport has 3 flights out of it a day. That is a lot.
Yep. That's why I flew into Logan.
Who's Logan?
Chair.
Just about 20 seconds until the start of Derby. Our jammers and our blockers are headed to the track. I see all 20 pairs of skates. 20 skates, 10 pairs of them. That's how numbers work, Pinky.
They do. That's how they work.
Yep.
Now, the Hooligans definitely have some fresh faces on their roster. Not necessarily fresh to Derby because they are former juniors. They have graduated to the adult leagues here. No Gus, No Glory is and Valentine, Pippa Raygun, Bandalion, all names that I know from the junior world. Valentine and No Gus, No Glory, and Pippa Raygun all played together for the Philly Brawl Stars. So they have a pretty good unit. So you'll see them working together a lot.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why I recognized Pippa Raygun's name. It was the junior. I was convincing myself that it was that Australian breakdancing person. But I guess I was incorrect on that one.
Well, you know, celebrities, they lurk in all places that you don't necessarily expect.
You could have probably just stopped at the word lurked there. We appreciate all you stream friends out there in the Derbyverse joining us here on the Friday afternoon, watching us from your desks perhaps.
Mom, have you tuned in? My mom now monitors my announcing, because I vanish off of streams and then my mom gets real worried. Sorry, Mom.
So I do know there's lots of moms that nervously watch Derby streams. I never thought it'd be for an announcer, though.
Yeah, because it's never supposed to be an announcer that has to leave for medical attention. Starting off, this jam is No Gus, No Glory up against Sharknado. Freight Train actually out there blocking, doing some damage in this pack. Oh, nice tight wall here by Austin. Really already off the bat figuring out No Gus, No Glory's speedy style.
feel like having to jam against Freight Train as a blocker isn't fair.
Yeah, no. Oh, and look at that. Sharknado out with lead jammer for Austin. I think that's not something that Gus is used to. Gus is used to being lead every single time. Gus with the initial pass there, but Sharknado willing to get those points and call it off. Looks like 4 points for Sharknado, none. Oh, 5, actually picked up 5 there. No, why are we, math is bad. 4 points, they added 1 and then added 4 on top of that, which it should not have been.
Yeah,
but,
you know, earlier, Pinky, I was over by the NSOs, and I did spill my whole can of root beer on their keyboard.
Oh, no, so you broke it.
Yeah, I probably broke it.
Yeah, we got to find somebody to make these microphones shorter, because do they not know that we're not tall people over here? So this is a new jammer, a Lenon, for Austin.
I believe it's the Enye, so I'm going Linyan.
Linyan?
We really should have asked.
We do need to check on that. And Skidney Crosby, amazing jammer and amazing announcer. Glad to see Skidney back out. Also suffered a knee injury and is currently your lead jammer for the Hooligans.
Ooh, I saw a track cut penalty called, I thought, but I didn't see anyone leave the track.
Nope. And we have a star pass. Truffle Shuffle taking that star. Oh, one last hit there on Skidney and quickly calls it off. Looks like able to pick up 4 there as well. So that was a second scoring pass. Hooligans in the lead.
Yeah, check out Skid back from the injury and the speed on the track there. That's not easy to do after coming back from something like that.
No, he had a ACL tear,
Yep.
MCL tear.
Something.
Yeah, when I announced with him last, we were the Broken Broadcast Productions. Me with my broken leg, his MCL, and Dangle Sauce was running the production and had broken ribs. So.
All right, we got Gus and Freight Train out there jamming. If you're just joining, Austin in white, Penn jersey in black.
Well, Bandelion out there playing some awesome defense against Freight Train, really pushing into Mike Oxbig. Oh, nice sweep from Bandelion, but is being called out on that penalty.
Yeah, that was a high block penalty going to No Gus, No Glory, though. So lead still open for Freight Train. I'm not sure if Austin has realized that yet. But now Freight Train sees immediate progress forward. Announcers cursed, but that's going to give Austin lead here. A much needed. The last jam, Skid put up 8 points. I'm sure we'll see some points go up here from our good friend Freight Train. Ooh, a big hit out there from that Penn jersey blocker on Freight Train. Knocked to the inside and recycled there.
Got to arrange the traditional high chews on the table here.
It's a family tradition.
It is absolutely a family tradition.
It is why I smoke.
Oh, Freight Train getting through. No Gus, No Glory making some progress there and forces the call off from Freight Train. Is able to capture 4 points.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up the jersey of the blocker knocking Freight Train out because that really upset that whole trip and essentially prevented the scoring there, made that an even score here at the end.
Already we've got Ice Cold jamming for the first time. Also first jam for Frank's Shred Hot. Mom, again, if you're watching, Philly, the Penn Jersey Hooligans in black. Shred Hot is your lead with Austin Anarchy. Just one blocker to beat. And now completing that initial pass is Ice Cold wearing white for the Austin Anarchy.
Yeah, I see one set of jean shorts out there, and it is not Sunday.
No, it is not.
I don't approve of that. 4 points go up on the board for the Hooligans, taking them up to 12. We're back to our first jammer rotation here. Sharknado and No Gus, No Glory taking the line.
Well, this is impressive. It looks like they're going to do a 3-ish jammer rotation for Austin with Freight Train out as a blocker in one of those. Oh, Freight Train trying to open up that outside line, but The Hooligans quickly close that outside line, shutting down Sharknado. Sharknado still fighting, getting a little bit of offense there from number 1 Bruiser Lee. That offense did all the trick, and your lead, no pass, no earned pass there for Sharknado out first, but lead goes to No Ghost, No Glory.
Yeah,
And inside line, look at that. Sorry, Diz.
No, you're good. Go. All right. Well, yeah, you would have expected a call off. I'm not sure if that realized, but it's a better play. Gus is picking up those points here. Second trip through there, up to 8. Third trip coming now. What I thought might be a mistake to not call it off is proving to be quite valuable to Penn Jersey.
So Gus again spent an entire Derby junior career with the Philly Brawl Stars. They don't call off jams. Philly Brawl Stars just keep running it. They rarely.
Are they that scared of forearms? They're just not using their hands?
If you've got lead, just keep rolling it and rack up the points.
That is a way to do it, and I can't argue with 12 points so far in the jam.
I mean, I've seen this jammer in a junior game put up a 40-point jam, so yeah.
Remember jammer points?
Yeah, that ghost point.
Yeah. It's a lot harder without those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did 40 points without the ghost point, so yep.
Well, yeah, if it was with the ghost point, he would have been, what, 8?
Yeah. So only 3 on that last one before calling it off. 19 points, highest scoring jam of the game, and for No Gus, No Glory, puts Hooligans in the lead, 31, and Austin Anarchy 16.
What's interesting there is that, you mentioned it before, just a 3-jammer rotation for the Hooligans. So that's telling you there is a big difference between these defending packs here. Mm-hmm. The blockers are going to have to look out on the Austin side, and maybe a lineup change to better suit against the Hooligans offense.
First time jamming today, we've got Uller for the Hooligans. Ooh. Pack really pushing to that outside line.
Yeah, Uller fun to watch. Uller, a smaller skater, but really skates like someone twice their size.
Mm-hmm. Fearless. I believe that Uller is some sort of a Viking god, so.
Watch them.
Yeah.
Watch them skate.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly a Viking god. Look.
Uller, your lead jammer, took about 30-ish seconds to get there.
Ooh, damn, Daniel. Delivering it quite the blow there to just a blocker.
Mm-hmm. Uller stuck behind the 3 wall there.
I lost Uller.
Yep. But Pippa Ray Gun being called on a penalty. It looks like a back block. Was trying to offer the offense there, but it kind of caused a distraction. So Uller was able to sneak on into the inside line, get out, and pick up 4 points. That was the first scoring pass for the Hooligans. Oh!
And that's an Uller move if I've seen one. Oh, didn't land.
No.
That apex jump looked clean from here, but I'm not on the inside of the track.
Yep.
All right, this time Uller being pushed to the out again by Daniel. Yeah.
Yep. Well, after quite some time and the bit of a star stash, then Yon gets out of that pack. Still star in hand, so jam called off before able to get back to the pack, put that hat back on.
Yeah, definitely some lineup changes there on the defense for Austin, holding Uller back that second time around. That's not an easy thing, but I think Daniel holding a lot of that force there towards the end. Lining up for jam number 7, we have Freight Train and Gus again.
Do we need to start already put in our pocket Daniel for one of our MVP blockers?
Probably going to happen, yeah. That's
and, MVP all the way, so many places. Freight Train, your lead jammer, but no Gus, no Glory, coming up hot with the speed. Quick feet by Gus, but Freight Train, quick with the tap on the hip, picks up, it looks like just 1 point. I think I'm seeing 1 point from our jam ref for Freight Train. Smart, call it off, sacrifice those points because you want to slow down No Gus, No Glory.
Yeah, this is definitely not Freight Train's first rodeo,
No.
and that's not just because she's from Texas.
I should have arranged for Freight Train to bring me a pet here since she does deliver pets to people, as her job. So.
Oh, that's very cool. I didn't know that.
She does like pet transport.
All right, Ice Cole and Frank Shredhot out. It's going to be Ice Cole taking lead for Austin. Frank Shredhot, though, pushing over some of the Austin defenders and able to make it through, is going to contest here.
Oh, coming up on that outside. Quickly calls off that jam. Ice Cole not seeing hands in the air, so 3 points. Yep. Yeah, that white band on our jam ref is a little difficult to see.
I didn't even see it at all, so I just learned that who was who,
Yeah.
but being 100% honest with you.
Bionic.
Yeah.
So, again, shout out to our officials for this event. We've got Phantasmic, Meet You in the Middle, Galvatron, Kung Fu Manda. Phantasmic's so good on here twice. Kelsey Grammer, India, Dry White Toast, Brother Chaos, Crone Didion, Ms. Hyde.
And then our
It's just mixed still.
yeah, okay. So we got Damon Mistress, Swiss Mischief, Pete in the Pool by Anik, Nomad, Guinness, Raging Cajun, and Twisted Throttle.
Actually, I think that we had that switch. So
Yeah.
our skating officials were the latter, and previously as our non-skating officials who do all of the penalty box, managing, timing, our scoreboard keepers, all of that. That's pretty phenomenal. We cannot do this without them. Looks like we are in an official timeout. We're tracking some information.
Yeah. You know the song Rap God, right? You're familiar with by Sir Marshall Mathers. Well, so the NSOs, they're stats gods.
They're stats gods.
Stats gods.
Nice.
Yep.
So some stats here. In these 8 jams that we've had, we are 50-50. Each team has had 4 lead jams in those 8. So we're pretty even as far as control of the game. Only a 19-point difference. So you literally at this point, anything can happen. We have 19 minutes left in the first half, and this is the first game of a very exciting weekend.
Yeah, if you remember the No Gus, No Glory putting up that 19-point jam, so it is a 19-point Gus lead. And speaking of Gus, out there on the outside line, picking up a lead and immediately back for points. Sharknado, though, equally as fast, already back in
for real.
Trip through. Now setting up for a second trip. Gus still stuck on the first.
And again, that's just not something Gus is used to. Gus is used to just busting walls. Busting makes him feel good. And he's trapped here. Oh no, I broke this and it's only day 1.
Oh, this is going to be a game. There it is. We're just going to go back and forth. And then the problem is then you have to cover for the other person once you break them.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally the first game. My goodness. But we also do have a shenanigans penalty. That looks like that is...
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That jam stopped for injury. The skaters slow to get up, but skating back under their own power there.
Yeah. So we did have Aya the Storm head to the penalty box. Sharknado looks like doing okay there. Not sure, saw maybe like holding his ribs.
Oh, see, I thought it was a knee.
I don't know. I could be mistaken in what I'm seeing. So
We'll find out.
yeah.
Big thank you to our volunteers, particularly our medical professionals over there. Dover Fire and Rescue, that's who's here, the volunteer fire and rescue team out joining us for Battle of Bunker Hill, keeping us safe.
Thank you. Let's make sure that our skaters are safe and that the announcers don't have to visit. Because, I am a current medical disaster, so,
That's what we're going to change your derby name to.
Well,
I have been at a tournament where I full on had a skater just barrel into the scoring table. So it was there is it's not all high chews and microphones over here, folks.
No. Well, when I was a small child, one of my favorite shows, and this is going to date me, was a show called Emergency. It was kind of like the first show about fire and rescue, and I was a big fan of it. And anytime I was injured, to calm me down, they would just go, emergency, emergency. So, if I'm having an issue, just yell emergency and I'll be fine.
What's that TikTok noise? Paging Dr. Beat.
Oh.
Emergency.
Yeah.
So what was that show like with the piano player down in the front of the movie theater?
Hate you so much. Listen.
Sorry.
I am a dinosaur. I am aware. I mean, I will tell you, and this is a fun fact, I'm so derby old that our first season of Steel City, Pippa's mom was pregnant with Pippa.
Oh my gosh.
Had to take a derby leave because she was pregnant with Pippa. So,
oh goodness.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Mm-hmm. That's impressive.
Yeah. So, my derby career is longer than that skater's life.
Ooh, Linian and Crash on the line here. I don't think we've seen Crash.
We have not seen Crash
as a jammer for PJRD. Again, if you're just joining us, PJRD in black, Austin in white. Crash taking the outside and fighting off some heavy blocks there, but gets recycled nonetheless. Linian towards the front of the pack on a PJRD tripod out there.
Nice blocking by S-Pain there, doing a fantastic job in control. Looks like S-Pain is being called off on a penalty.
It's the penalty for wearing jeans on a Friday.
Austin, though, doing a great job of reforming there and trapping Linian. I'm sorry, not Linian, Crash.
Yeah, Crash was really headed out there. I wasn't expecting them to be able to catch her.
But Crash taking advantage of all the penalties that are being racked up by Austin. We've got 2 in the box and 1 standing. That means that S-Pain has at least 10 seconds left, but a jammer penalty being called on Crash. This is a power jam for Austin Anarchy.
I love the teammate penalty management in the box. One skater skating up, not sure what to do, with 2 other blockers in the box, and the other skater just grabbing them by the jersey and shoving them into his seat. It's perfect.
Well, it's like, hey, I know I've got these 10 seconds left, so I'm going to stand, and this is where you sit.
You go here now. So that jam ran to time. 4 points up on the board for Austin. Another 4 points up. They're at 33. Hooligans at 46. 13-point lead here, Pinky. It did not look like this 5 minutes ago.
No, it did not.
Crash still in the box from the last jam.
So this is a power start. And who is
I can tell you who I would field.
And fielded is Freight Train on this power start. But Freight Train has to get through Mike Oxbig. Just bounces off of Valentine into lead. Just as Crash is released from the penalty box, has to complete the initial pass there, while Freight Train now on a scoring pass. Ooh, big hits.
That was Mike O again, right? Oh,
no, I think
no.
Was it something generic? It was something generic. Ooh, nice step around there by Crash.
Yeah, Crash took advantage of the distraction there with Freight Train and just found a lane on the out to be able to take that initial trip. Freight Train, though, wisely calling it off before Crash could make it back. 3 points picked up on that second trip, making it a 7-point jam, bringing Austin that much closer, just 6 points away, Pinky.
Crazy. I had a feeling just at the onset of this game that it was going to be interesting. It was going to be a close game. So,
yep.
Excited. Ice cold, and is that
That's Skid.
our good friend Skidney Crosby? I love announcing with Skid, especially when it's in a Pittsburgh venue because he goes full on Yinzer on me. And then my repressed Yinzer accent comes out. But hey, Yins guys, your lead jammer is now ice cold.
Yeah, that's like me in the South. If I get around Southern people, the drawl comes full out.
I mean, I very much avoid my Yinzer accent.
Well, a direction call at the last second. Was that on the jammer? No, it was on the blocker.
Okay. I was on Damn Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
And 14 minutes in, and Dis and I are already one mind. The meld has occurred.
And Austin taking the lead in that last jam, putting 2 points up on the board, and now we're just a jam away. 46-42. Hooligans in black, Anarchy in white. No Gus back up on there. False start called on Mimi Mahler.
Oh, so many big hits there. Gus did a nice spin out of the pack, is your lead. Oh, and does try to take an apex jump, but gets drawn out of the air. It was like my cat in a sky raisin in the paws and dropped.
What is a sky raisin?
A fly.
I've heard of a barn raisin, but never a sky raisin.
Because it's a nice little tasty treat that's in the sky. Yeah, and we have a star pass to Freight Train. Gus being called on a back block. So this is a power jam for Freight Train.
Yeah, 3 points picked up on that previous trip following the pass. So Freight Train back around. Still 1 point down on the jam. 5 points away on the game score. Minute remaining in the jam.
And both teams only with 3 blockers out on the track. I'm sorry, no. Philly has a full complement of blockers. Austin down 1, but Mimi Mahler released from the penalty box. Gus back out on the track. Oh, gets clipped there, goes down. Fighting the front of the pack. Gus out and back in scoring position. Looks like picks up 4 points there. So this is an 8-7 jam thus far. Ooh, Gus going against Mimi and Damn Daniel. Damn Daniel, oh, controlling that front of the pack. Gets Gus out. Takes the penalty, but you know what? Sometimes the penalty is worth it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think we have a very skilled complement of refs here. Mm-hmm. And I think there are some skaters getting penalties for things they're used to getting away with.
I mean, and sometimes the metric is different for different ref crews. So, they're kind of, when you get into high level reffing, those metrics get tighter amongst those ref crews. So, yeah.
It's tighter on what's allowable for clean skating and looser on things that stop gameplay.
It's
right?
all about impact.
But
yep.
I will tell you, I have not disagreed with a single call out there. Been very impressed. 16-15 jam, that last jam. Still now a 5 point differential.
Yep.
I can do math.
Shred pushing, gets one leg around Truffle Shuffle, and is your lead jammer for the Hooligans.
Yeah, it's Frank Shred Hot.
Yep. Shred Hot out, has those hands up, waiting, looking to see what the bench is going to say as our jammer for Austin still in that pack. Best to keep rolling with this. Oh, gets around, gets sideways, and calls off that jam.
Yeah, Frank Shred Hot, another aged up junior, but from 4 years ago-ish?
More than
that,
I don't want to say more than that, but it's been a while.
Quite a while, but it's been, juniors have a certain style of skating versus adult. It's been very interesting watching Frank develop into, what we were used to seeing at MRDA events.
Mm-hmm. Well, being at more juniors events, it's so interesting to watch the evolution of juniors, just because when they start, it's all about learning actually how to play derby, and you're watching them think about the moves that they're making. Then they get to the point where it's muscle memory, and then they're learning strategy. By the time they're in the last few years of their career, it is all just natural, and they are just devastating on the track because they have the derby mind. Their bodies do whatever they want it to do, and they're coming into the adult derby, and they're just ready to set the world on fire.
Well, and I certainly think that as the years have gone on, we've seen more and more juniors enter into the adult ranks. And one of the first things you watch someone who maybe hasn't played against a junior is realize, all right, well, I'm not catching them. but counter to that, all of a sudden the juniors that are used to having fancy footwork and blowing by 90-pound people now have to do that to 250-pound people. So,
Yep.
it's just always a very interesting dynamic between the two.
Oh, and Gus, look at that, though. Gus just kind of blows
Speaking
right
of
by.
just fast footwork and blowing by people.
Yep.
Freight Train, though, is just going to push through.
Oh, and Freight Train plays defense, throws that hip into Gus, throws Gus off of the track while doing the shimmy shakes. Mike Oxbig being called on a forearm, heads to the penalty box. That's one blocker down, Freight Train. Two blockers, one blocker to beat, and out first, but no earned pass. Gus still has the opportunity to earn lead, even though Freight Train now in scoring position. Oh, I'm sorry, was already lead. My apologies, I missed that.
I did too.
And it was on a scoring pass. Wow.
Yeah, we
Brain on delay.
both blacked out, I think.
Apparently so.
It was a wormhole that opened.
Oh no, Gus going to the penalty box.
Oh, but Freight Train's been favoring her knee from a lot of the game. And I remember Freight Train came back from an injury 2 years ago, 3.
We've got a star pass
over
to Bruiser Lee.
My knee'd be hurting too if I was in almost every jam thus far.
Absolutely. Oh, Bruiser Lee splits the middle there, picks up 4 points. We have a 12-point jam so far, and we are heading into...
Make sure you have a beverage ready, folks.
Lead change. Block penalty being, was it a multiplayer on
It was, yeah.
Limon?
Yeah, another fun. It's not Limon. Not Limon.
721 is Limon. What?
I read 217, which is not Limon,
No.
but it's very close. I'm so sorry.
I was like, huh? It's like, did I say lemon or lime or no? I said the right thing.
Oh, but take a look at that recovery though out of the penalty box from No Gus No Glory. 12 points up on the board, 8-point jam in the Hooligans' favor.
But
Go ahead.
Oh, 20 points is our biggest jam of the game so far, correct?
It is, yes.
So, yep.
Ice Cole out with lead for Austin Anarchy. Uhler wielding the star for the Hooligans.
Hooligans losing Nurse Ratchet to the penalty box. Ice Cold, though, seeing Uhler come up hot, quickly calls off that jam. 3 points, and we have another lead change.
Yeah, I totally thought you saw Linya and was just going full on Limon.
No. I mean, I've mixed up numbers before, but that'd be a real jumperoo.
Not for me. That's why I thought it was funny.
Oh, that's when you definitely get the medics over here for Pinky, because we are having a stroke. Oh, immediately the elevator door is closing on Linyan. Your lead jammer, though. No Gus, no glory. Hey, Bliss. Bliss Krieg's over here being our producer. How many lead jams has Gus had so far? He's going to count for us. Gus has been lead 5 times. this this game so far. Ooh, something generic coming in hot, clears out that inside lane for Gus.
Speaking of Linyon going to the box on a cut penalty.
Oh, no.
There's a little bit of a delay on that one because Penn Jersey brought him all the way back, so far back that I don't think anyone noticed until about 2 turns around the track, and then rightly called with a cut and sent to the box.
Yep.
And is going to remain there at the end of the jam.
That's good strategy there, freezing the jammer in the penalty box, getting a big 12 points there, and securing yet another lead change.
Yeah, I'll tell you, too, I didn't even recognize it. I was looking and was like, why is Gus stopped? And he was drawing out the penalty and wanting to call it from the box. I'm like, all right. But good enough that I think Penn Jersey were the only ones aware of that. It was impressive.
Frank Shredhot taking the star on this power start, but gets a drawback almost immediately. Fighting a wall that is anchored by Lamone, spinning around with Freight Train. Okay, we got SoCal Menace in there. And Frank Shredhot going to the penalty box on a cut track. So the power dynamic has shifted. Oh, nice spin out of the pack, and Lignon is your lead jammer. I love hearing that screech of skates when slowing down to come in and controlled movement into the pack.
I'm more of a full speed movement into the back kind of guy myself.
Because you just can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
Oh, Shredhot goes down. One blocker to beat, gets around Gomez. Has completed the first pass, but Austin Anarchy, smart, calls it off, picks up 4 points, 93-90.
I tell you what, if you are just tuning in to this game, what a great one to start the weekend off with.
Yeah, so Bliss just gave me some stats. In these 18 jams so far, Austin has only had 2 jams where they've been scoreless. So they've put points on the board in all 16 out of 18 jams.
Both teams being fairly consistent. We did see Penn Jersey pull away with it towards the beginning, but Austin caught up without much issue.
Yep. Gus skating out of the pack with flair. Ooh, big hit at the front of the pack from something generic. Slows up, but does not stop Bruiser Lee with that star pass.
You know, speaking of stats, I'd be interested to see the lineup sheet, see if there's a single jam without Gus or Freight Train on the track. I think that was a little bit of a fake out there from Gus.
Yeah.
Calling some things to his teammate that didn't necessarily come into effect. Kept lane 1 open, able to take it while pointing direction at the out. That was cool.
Okay, we've hit the portion of this game where let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I know
Gonna
it.
get us demonetized. Copyright blocked.
Ooh, damn Daniel trying to cause some damage there at the front. Nice couple hits to Gus, slows it up a little bit. Bruiser Lee looking back and going, oh, I gotta keep going. Gotta keep going, because we are at a dead heat here, 12-12 point-wise. I mean, Gus still in lead, but gonna keep it rolling since, you know, it's even Stevens at this point. Nice matchup here. Oh, Mofo. Nice booty sweep there, taking Bruiser Lee off the track and drawing back. Bruiser Lee giving props there to Mofo. He was like, yeah, that was pretty good. All right, I give it to you. You're pretty cool. That was dead. Oh no, 18-16. So 2 points in favor of the Hooligans on that. We are sitting at 111-106.
Yeah, and Austin's going to call an official review here.
You know, in our first home game of the season, we played a B team game, and the B team game, there was an official review request to have a particular, jammer lineup rotation.
What?
They were being silly.
I understand, but they wanted to request the other team have a specific jammer line?
Yeah, so they wanted to jam against a particular jammer on our team. So the officials allowed the official request, allowed that. They deemed that we had to field Ada against Fali, but they lost their official review.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say. But they weren't wrong.
They weren't wrong. It was a great jam. We had fun.
See that, folks? Get creative with your official reviews.
I was in a game once where somebody called our official review to just tell the refs they were doing a great job.
Aww.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's like, now I'm going to show my age. You remember the first millionaire on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
At the end, the last question, he just called his dad to tell him he won.
Aww.
Yeah. So the officials conferring there in the center. The PJRD coaches ran back to the bench. They're hiding from the answer. Makes you wonder what's going on.
Yep.
Like, if they don't look at me, they won't think I did anything.
Yep. Colonel Angus there coaching today for the Austin Anarchy, requesting that official review with Captain Truffle Shuffle.
You know what I'm excited for this weekend, Pinky?
Food?
You know me too well.
The food truck?
That's exactly. What is it? The Gorgonzola pear pizza.
Oh, we're getting details about what it is. So Twisted coming over and letting us know. Twisted Battle. So what was our official review?
Austin was requesting a back block on the black jammer. You say that 3 times fast. Officials did not see enough to award that penalty, so Austin is not going to retain that official review.
And the Hooligans field Uller. Uller jumps right out quickly into the lead, but gets taken to the infield and drawn back on that scoring pass. Pippa Ray Gun being called on a penalty, while Freight Train now also on a scoring pass. Freight Train basically just, bowling over Truffle Shuffle to get out of that pack interim points. And we're 4-4. We're matching points for points. Freight Train barrels through the pack and is right behind Uller. Doot doot.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, and I was just about to say all eyes on the clock as we roll here towards the end of the period. Definitely some time management going on from the bench. 9-9 jam, Pinky.
9-9, yeah. How many tied jams have we had so far? We've had quite a few. 9-9.
Pinky, I asked my German friend if this game was going to be a blowout, and they said 9.
Bum. Dad jokes already.
Gus back out on the track with Ice Cole. Ice Cole thinking that he got the inside lane through, but had to get recycled. Oh, and he's going to get a no-earned pass on that? Oh, so lead goes to Gus. Both skaters out now on the initial. Gus behind, but is going to opt to run it like we've seen. And you mentioned before that being Philly's strategy on the junior side, but
Yeah.
working here for No Gus. Through for 4
Yep.
points. Back around on a second scoring trip.
Old Ice Cold just runs that inside line. Mofo trying to run out and match, but doesn't want to take the chance with out of play. Has to let Ice Cold through, and we're at 4-4. Gus currently in the superior position and is also lead.
Oh, a great knockout there from.
Was that
Was
something
that
generic?
just something generic again? Yep. Yeah, already some definite MVP contenders out here in the
Yeah.
first game.
Oh, Sam Daniel going to the penalty box.
Ooh.
He's on two, huh? No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no.
don't argue with the ref. Here's a pro tip, friends. If you're already sitting for two, maybe don't argue from the bench, from the box. That's probably not a wise choice.
Also, sometimes I forget that we're hybrid and y'all can hear us in the venue too.
Yeah, but the venue, but it's only going to the bleachers.
Yeah.
It's not going out on the track, which I appreciate from our hosts. I have to thank Casco for that. That is a nice and kind consideration, especially for you and I.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this, though. Gus putting 20 up.
Gus beating Gus's own record of 19 points, and this is going to be the highest scoring jam, I believe, of the game so far, with 24 points from Gus, going into this halftime with a decent lead here, 144 to 127. We've got a 15-ish minutes break, and we'll be back to some more amazing Derby action. ready to take this second half. Going into the second half, the Hooligans, again, wearing the black jerseys with the red accents, in the lead, 144. Austin Anarchy sitting at 127. White jerseys with the red accent. Looks like we're going to start out with a really full penalty box. Each team has 2 blockers each in that penalty box. So this is a 2-on-2 scenario. Sharknado v. No Gus, No Glory out on the track. So everything pretty even. Good to see Sharknado back out there with the star. Now, our second game coming up today, we'll have 2 games today. This one that we are obviously in progress with. Our second game of the day will be one of our JRDA games. It's going to be Mars Junior Beast up against Rochester Area Roller Derby, the Quicksilver. Philly, very excited from the bench. Something generic and Mike Oxpick just creating basically an L, trapping Sharknado while No Gus, No Glory freed from the pack is your lead jammer. Freight train out there on that track. Freight train, Mini Mauler holding it down while skaters finish out those penalties. Damn Daniel, Mimi Mauler trying to put those last few hits on Gus. Gus able to evade. 8 points.
Look at that. Just 45 seconds in and we have a clear penalty box. Who would have thunk? Gus threw for 4 again here, up to 12.
So just from the chat, who are these amazing announcers? Hashtag blame Dangles. Hey Dangles. Pinky D and discussions here. Love you, man.
Oh, is Dangles here this weekend?
No.
Oh, right. Dang, Dangles slacking.
Hashtag blame Dangles.
Yep. It's always Dangles'
Ooh,
fault.
blame Dangles for that. Valentine with a massive hit on Sharknado. Again, Valentine putting some offense in there, put a tap into Damn Daniel, goes right back in there, trying to create that sweep to allow Gus through. Gus seeing points being put on the board by Sharknado and goes ahead and calls it off.
20-6 jam there for the Hooligans. It was a close game going into the half, but between the last jam of the first period and this first jam of the second, we have all of a sudden a 31-point lead between the two teams. Quite the incredible jump. Lignon jamming for Austin. It's going to be Frank Shredhot jamming for PJRD. Frank pushing all of the Austin blockers forward there. Pax bridged out, and that's going to allow Frank to take lead for the Hooligans. Frank's back around. First scoring trip, sees an inside line. Austin was distracted by trying to provide some offense, and that opened up lane 1 for Frank. 4 points up on the board as he sets up here for trip 2. This time, tripod formed up in front of Frank, but it looks like Frank has about a 1.5 feet on each one of those blockers and is using that to his advantage to get through. 4 more points, 8 up on the board this jam as we have a star pass on the Austin side over to Bruiser Lee.
And you know, Bruiser Lee's been pretty successful in these star passes, picking up a decent amount of points on those star passes that he has taken.
Well, certainly that's what's needed, but Hooligans doing a quick job to be able to reabsorb Bruiser Lee.
Oh, nice work there by Catrix. And hey, did you see Catrix also Friday night wearing some jorts? Who wears George jorts? If you dare wear George jorts, You play for Austin Anarchy.
On Sunday.
Just make it the uniform.
I'm fine with that. If that's the thing, that's what needs to happen.
Yep.
That's why I'm upset. Is I
Hey,
want them to
Mom,
wear
are you-
jeans all the time.
Mom, are you watching? Do you have your jorts on? I think she saves them for Sunday. Freight train, not saving anything for Sunday. On those toe stops, pushing this wall. Something generic, getting down low, trying to put that shoulder in. The pack goes down.
But look who's jamming for the Hooligans.
Oh, it's our buddy Skid. It's Skidney.
Oh, and he grabs lead. Skid taking lead. That mustache of fury out there forging away, making him more aerodynamic in the face.
I don't know. He saw somebody on the other side of that pack with an Iron City. He's trying to get that
Arn.
Arn.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit by Skid because it'll leave a mark.
I hate you so much right now.
Skid taking a little bit of an apex hop. I'll pretend like I haven't been waiting the whole game to say that. Currently 50-point lead on the Hooligan side out of nowhere, quite honestly, but it has been impressive. Some high point jams, and this is just like it. Skid's going to call it after picking up an additional 4. It's going to make this a 12-point jam for the Hooligans, up to 191. Austin remains at 133. If you're just joining us, PJRD Hooligans are skating in black. Austin Anarchy skating in white. And maybe I didn't count the trips there. Scoreboard only reporting 8 points on that last jam. So I hallucinated a whole trip. But that's been known to happen on the announcer side.
So Dangles did inform that is on a flight home right now. So watching from the air. Oh, look, it's Skidney. Oh, it's us. Hi. Hi, Mom.
What are we waving at?
We're on camera.
Oh,
So-
why'd they do that? We're breaking people's televisions.
That's okay. Hi.
Hi, Derbyverse.
Look, I actually did my hair for the first time.
So let me tell you, if you're anywhere within the Northeast region, I mean, you know, all the way down to North Carolina, all the way over to Ohio, you're within driving distance. And
Heck yeah.
Bunker Hill has been an incredible tournament ever since I've been here, for certain. So it is worth your while to hop in the car and come on over to Dover, New Hampshire, and come see some amazing derby.
Some wicked cool derby.
Some wicked cool.
It's wicked cool.
Get some dunks.
Whoa, and look at Ice Cold. So wicked cool on that inside line.
He's got some ice cold dunks. I'm offending so many people right now. You know, it was nice of Ice Cold's family to show up, his brother T and cousin Cube. Ice Cold back around on a scoring trip. Uller still in the pack on the initial. Cole pushes past that tripod, puts 4 points up on the board. But just like that with the star stash, Uller is out and going to contest, but Ice Cold 1 trip ahead of Uller here.
We've got friends that are on their way here. Actually, Heather, in her retirement tour, is heading up for the weekend. Actually going to shadow us a little bit as an announcer, so I'm super excited about that. Maybe Heather's thinking about unretiring and joining the announcer land, which would be awesome.
We need more announcers.
We do. Hello, Filet official.
And if you are interested out there in the Derbyverse of becoming an announcer,
We've got opportunities for you.
I believe Murda has an announcer email.
It is. It's. Whoa! Well, we'll talk about that after the ground stopped shaking from those massive hits on the floor. No Gus, no glory, your lead, but Sharknado is right behind. Hot on the heels. That back wall, though, is just fierce, moving side to side. Great footwork by Bandelion. That inside line gets open just enough for Sharknado to put 1 foot through and picks up those 4 points.
Whoa. It is 1-1-2. I noticed that earlier. Absolutely delivering some killer blocks there on the Austin side. I keep seeing that number, but I don't see it on our roster in front of us.
Who are you looking at? 721?
Numbers are hard, Pinky.
Is that who you're thinking?
I don't know.
But I don't say. We've got Gomez out on the track. We've got
Who?
SoCal Menace. Jam Daniels in the penalty box. And Mimi Mahler.
Who is the skater with long hair that's covering their
That's
number?
Mimi Mahler.
Thank you.
Yep.
2-2? How is that 2-2? Oh, man, I need glasses.
So this is, announcers don't go to the eye doctor. You get your eye test at a derby tournament, and that's when you know you have to go get
Yeah, I might need to-
some
I might need to
glasses.
do that. That's what I've been seeing this whole time. Who is that chick? Who's that blocker? I can't tell. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's embarrassing.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ooh.
That's when you have to rely on the numbers on the sleeves or the armbands.
Oh, no, I was looking at the sleeves. That's the problem.
Oh. You need glasses.
Yep.
Okay, so back out on the fight, we've got Frank Shredhot. Just one shoulder dip around, and Lee Jimmer goes to Frank Shredhot.
Frank threw for 4 there. Again, the Hooligans really running away with it.
Oh, star pass to Jam Daniel. Hip into Frank. Frank gets around and taps those hips to call off that jam. 8-point jam. That is now the second bucket filled. 215 to 149. Hey, shout out to my good friend Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused is now in the Broken Leg gang.
Oh, no.
Yeah, poor Dazed. Dazed broke her left leg at practice. So when I get home, I will be bequeathing all of my broken leg accessories to Dazed and Confused.
That's one way to get rid of them. Ice Cole and Crash out on the track. It's been a minute since we've seen Crash.
Ooh, crashing into that wall. Ooh, beautiful offense there by, I believe that was Valentine, just shoving into the Austin wall to get Crash out. Ooh, S-tip going, shoulder to shoulder, is skirting without a play, has to let Crash go. Crash is your lead. I believe this is the first lead for Crash in this contest. Ooh, nice hit and spin. Crash saves it and calls it off.
You know, speaking of friends, Pinky, we have a good friend of ours in the chat, Rippy Longstocking, giving Skid a shout out to the fellow announcer. Goes, wow, Skid set the tone. Love me some Rippy. Excited to see her.
I love me some Rippy.
In a month in Columbia, South Carolina.
I'm going to hope Rippy comes and hangs out with me in Dallas, maybe.
No, Rippy's mine. You can't have her.
Rippy is also mine. Rippy came to my champs. Thank you
I
very
believe
much.
that, yeah.
Oh, Skidney out there staying up on those toe stops, stays inbounds, and leans into lead jammer.
Skid back out on the track, trying to work through, but Freight Train has caught up. They're both on scoring trip number 1 here. And both getting recycled simultaneously. I don't know that Skid, when he came to this tournament, would have been excited to be side by side with Freight Train heading into a pack. But I'll be sure to ask him later.
Skid, I have to tell you, if you ever want a great selfie, do it with Skid because he's tall.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he gets you the right angle, and I always look super good in them.
Dumpster fire this year, Skid saw that I was having a migraine from the lights in that venue and gave me his hat off his head.
Oh, is that why you were wearing sling glasses?
That is why, seriously, I was really bad.
Yeah.
That is why I looked like a Miami drug mule.
And Skidney just running away with this jam. Austin really holding Freight Train. Freight Train actually did pass that star off to Bruiser Lee, but Bruiser Lee goes to the penalty box. Do we know what that penalty was? I didn't see it called. Mimi Mahler with a backward somersault.
Yeah, I know. Skater who is caught off the jam for an injury, I believe a hard head hit. Skating back to the bench on their own power. And Trek, I'm sorry. That's a big goof on my side. That is not Rippy in the chat. That's Trek, who I love just as much. Co-THA, fellow THA. Trek will be the tournament head announcer for with the Lansing playoffs.
Nice.
In just a few weeks here.
And then some of us are at this table are heading across the pond again.
Splish splash across the pond.
Yes, but this time I'm going to land in Paris, heading to Paris, and then to Orléans, to the men's roller derby World Cup. Cannot wait for that. I think we've got some skaters here that are going to be on Team US. I think S-Tip is on. I'm going to have to look at it, but we definitely, I know that we've got some Casco skaters that are playing for Team Hawaii, which is super exciting. No Guts, No Glory with lead on this power start. Truffle Shovel running up to try to take on No Guts, No Glory, but, flirting with disaster in that out-of-play zone, has to let it go. Big tripod, trying to catch. Oh, beautiful 3 bridge there. Slows Gus down, which allows Bruiser Lee to be released from the penalty box. Kind of does a bit of a time kill there.
Oh, man. Gus is unstoppable, especially on that outside line. It's like he was up against a dasher board that did not exist.
Oh, and look at that little apex leap there on the inside. Now, Gus is a volleyball player, and Gus is 18, and Gus is still in high school, and will be going to college next year on a volleyball scholarship.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
First off, yeah, don't take student loans out, but if you have to go to college,
Do it
get
on
a scholarship.
Yep.
And
Yep.
for volleyball, it's amazing.
Yep.
One of these days, a college is going to award a derby scholarship.
So shout out in the chat from B's mom. Love to see the former Philly juniors out there. B's mom is rooting for you. Yeah, there's definitely a handful of Philly Brawl stars skating with the Hooligans this season, bringing that amazing knowledge that they've learned in their junior career. Pippa Reagan, one of those juniors, unfortunately heading to the penalty box. We've got, I think that's Crash also heading to the box. No, that's Sneaky Spice. My apologies there. So Austin, full complement of blockers to stop Uller. And lead goes to Linon. We're going to get pronunciation. Lignon.
Look at Uller sneaking through the inside. Uller completing the initial now.
Well, Pippa back out on that track and just kind of sitting in the pocket. Kind of forces that call off from Austin.
I love a good crowd heckle or cheer. Makes my day. Ice Cold back on the track against Frank Shredhot. I think I think we've stabilized the jammer rotation a little bit here. Seems to be neck or neck, but I tell you what, they fed the hooligan blockers some Wheaties in the locker room during the half, because this is a totally different game from what we were seeing earlier.
If you like a good heckle, you need to go to a baseball game with my dad. Ooh! Eye of the Storm, massive hit there. Oh, and that was a hit from Gomez, and it looks like is going to get double penalty on that maybe.
Yeah, I lost track of how many penalties just happened, but that massive wasn't quite a multiplayer hit, but two players colliding with that jammer. Ugh. One of those that hurts you just to watch.
Yeah.
Ice Cold, though, with lead, still out, now completed the initial and put 4 points up on the board on the first trip, is up against 4 blockers with 1 Austin blocker on the track. Just hits them, bounces off, and has to get recycled here.
And that was Aya, again, out there, putting that hit on Ice Cold. Now we've got, Gomez back out on the track, breaks up that tripod, advances Ice Cold, but the jam has expired.
You know, they put those expiration dates on those jams, but they're not right. It's just so you buy more jam.
Oh, so in the chat from Heather saying about how Gus really needs to be an announcer. He's really good. He did. He actually announced, Gus announced with me at the Shamrocks tournament hosted by Black Rose Junior Roller Derby. Did a great job. So we're definitely going to get Gus on the mic more.
Filet Official says he also jammed at Philly Fest. Or
yeah,
announced at
Philly Fest. Yeah. Jam Rocks Jinx is what we were at. And your lead jammer, though, is Skidney Crosby. So Skid announced with me that Friday night, and Gus announced with me on Saturday. So we had lots of Philly love on the mic in Hanover, PA.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Skidney going one-on-one.
Well, damn Daniel in the box on number 6, though.
Yeeks. Oh, but Freight Train just, toot. Let's Catrix know, coming up on that inside.
I just hear beep beep at Susie Toot. That's all I hear. That's all I hear.
I love my Susie Toot.
Frank threw for 4, Skid is through for 4, 8 total. Freight Train also putting 8 up, but Skid a trip ahead and is now at 12.
Who are you rooting for in tonight's final?
I'm not getting into drag lore. I'm just going to say that I stopped watching this season after a particular episode that made me quite upset. Done with RuPaul Charles. Skid through for another 4, 16 up to 260 over 176 here.
Well, Freight Train just pushing this wall, trying to get them out of play, but nice maneuvering there by Rolling Thunder. Just kind of puts a step in and puts Freight Train off the track while Skid barreling through for some more points. That was a big stompy stomp push to get back around.
Ooh, Freight Train going to the box on a forearm and is going to sit there at the start of the next jam. That was a good call off right as Freight Train sat.
22 points for Skidney Crosby. I think that's our second highest jam of the game. So Gus had 24, and then Skidney now sitting with 22.
Good grief.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Apparently there was Charlie Brown music in the...
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what that means. When I heard that, I thought of like the trombone. Wop, 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 wop,
No. Charlie Brown. So it's the Vince Guaraldi.
Of course.
And you got to do the Snoopy dance. You get your little ears going. Yeah.
But can you sing any of the?
I can, but I'm not going to desecrate the Charlie Brown happy music with my terrible rendition of it.
A girl can dream. So we are on a team timeout. Looks like it was the Hooligans taking that timeout to regroup. I don't know why they need it. Okay. Quite honestly, it can't be time strategy just yet. I don't know the infamous 9.5-minute timeout. That doesn't sound familiar. However, no Gus, no Glory. Going to go. Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
A blocker and freight train in the box for Austin.
But
Hooligans also 2 blockers down, but that's that.
So we don't have the version of the scoreboard that shows us the penalty times,
Yeah,
which I kind of wish we did. But no Gus, no Glory out of that pack. Quick as lightning, your lead jammer on a power jam. Ooh. Bandelion going in with that shoulder into Gomez, slides Gomez to the infield, which opens out that outside line, and easy 4 points for Gus. Bruiser Lee back out on the track, coming up on that inside, but a nice apex hop from Gus. 8 points thus far. Freight train released from the penalty box. And a gaggle swarmed Freight Train. Freight Train just got around. Oh, nice hip from S-Pain into Gus. No, ticked down some time on that clock. Gave Freight Train a few skate steps ahead. Freight Train just making sure in good position.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That was a great catch attempt there from Gomez there at the back of the pack, trying to catch no Gus, no Glory, but Gus just making a game of it at this point.
Mm-hmm. You know, hey, he knows he had a 24-point jam. Can we best that? I'm sure he can, because now we have 24 on the board. Again, I've seen Gus with a 40-point jam before in Gus's junior career.
Yeah, but again, that's not against Freight Train.
But Freight Train's jamming. So.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Crazy like a Walmart sale.
Roll back. And Gus is going to end this jam with 4 more points. That's 4. Nope, 3. 3 points. So 27-point jam. We are 7 points away from the Hooligans filling the 3rd bucket. Oh, nope, actually 4. I see the 4th. I see the pinky. I see the pinky finger coming up.
But do you see the brain? So, Daniel
brain.
either sitting for 2 or getting 2 directional penalties and fouling out of the game back in Jam 12.
Yep.
Jam 14 now has started Linyan and Crash out there.
We're, big points going up on the boards, so we're only in Jam 14 with less than 7 minutes left in the game. That's definitely the tale of get as many points as possible, almost run a full 2 minutes instead of seeing the short hit it and quit it's and 25 jams that we see normally in a half.
Maybe it was them reviewing the footage in the locker room, listening to you talk about the junior strategy. Might have, because that is reminiscent, except for the amount of crazy hits we've seen today.
S-Pain, did you see those hits that S-Pain was just throwing into Crash shoulder after shoulder after shoulder? They have Crash pinned in that tripod.
Yeah, Linyan, though, able to bridge out the entire PJRD blocker pack and get a no pack call, allowing the initial to complete. So Linyan now back on the first scoring trip, but we have a star pass over to Aya the Storm. Aya hitting the pack at the call-off. We're going to see if any points are awarded. No.
Nope.
Oh, what a close call-off.
Wow, 294, 188. Even though there's a pretty big point gap at this point, this has been an intense game from beginning to this point. We're close to the end, but this has been filled with exciting derby action the entire time. And that inside line, so open, a little bit of hops there. Uller practicing the skips, gets lead jammer,
I think I've seen Uller do that 100, 200, 500 times. It's the first time this tournament.
Oh, and as Uller's coming out, nice little apex hop from Ice Cold to get those four points while Uller's stuck in this pack on the first scoring pass for Uller, and Ice Cold does it again. Round and round he goes.
Yeah, that speed coming into the pack, just able to clear the inside, but Uller finally able to make it through for 4. Cole 3 trips up, though, at this point, is going to come back around and contest. Maiko out of the box, putting some hurt on Austin blockers. So that's going to force a call off. The 3 points there, taking that up to 7 in that jam for the Hooligans. Over the 300 mark, 12 for Austin, taking them to 200.
So Johnny Peppa, the buckets we got 2 buckets for Austin, 3 buckets for the Hooligans. Everyone's filling buckets.
It's a 5-bucket game.
Freight Train versus Frank Shredhot. Ooh, Shred seeing that outside line, takes it knee, but hops right back up into lead. But Freight Train is no brakes, going full speed.
Penn Jersey opting to run it. I love it. It's fun. It's fun to watch. I'm certainly enjoying it.
I mean, toot toot from Freight Train.
Yep. But Frank through.
And they, again, dead heat. Frank, though, calling it off. Looks like that was an even 4. No, 4-4. So 305, 204.
Yeah, I think that was S-Pain, though, that caught Frank there at the end of the pack, forcing the call off. So nice work there from S-Pain stopping. Frank, though, I think it'd be interesting to see Frank's stats from this game. I think he's been lead a significant amount of times.
Bliss, can you tell us how many times that Frank's Red Hot has been lead? Hey, if we've got somebody who's doing the stats for us, might as well. We're in a team timeout. We'll get some
nice.
details. And joining us is Wrecking Bill. Wrecking Bill bringing Cooper.
Yeah, introduce Cooper to the stream, Bill.
Can we get the camera on Cooper? Look at Cooper. Hi, babies.
Bill, show the world Cooper's jacket.
Cooper.
Where's this?
Right there.
Right there. So Cooper is now derby tested. He has been out on the motorcycle, so he has earned his Harley leathers.
He has. 200-mile ride the first day.
200-mile ride. What a good boy, Cooper.
Yeah.
So Frank has had 5 jams in this entire game. So Frank hasn't really jammed a ton, but has had lead 3 of those 5. No. So 5 leads the entire game. Thank you. What does this locks mean?
Linian and No Gus, No Glory back on the track, and like we've seen many times before, Gus taking that outside line, squeezing through those blockers and the ref lane, able to pick up lead and already back around to score points. Linian still stuck on the initial.
Oh, Gus, little sideways there around Freight Train as Freight Train's out there blocking. Oh, Bruiser Lee coming in clutch again with that star pass, takes a little dip, but hops right back up, gets that fancy hat on.
Once again, PJRD running it. Gus on trip 3. Bruiser Lee on trip 1. Gus getting the roll back there from Freight Train. Bruiser up at the front. Ooh, able to spin around that tripod and clear.
Man,
that's going to be good for 4. Go ahead.
Mofo's been doing a great job blocking there.
Absolutely.
Definitely taking the chances and in running out to the front of the pack and stretching it as far as possible to try to trap those jammers in the last few feet. Oh, inside line, Gus squeezes by for another 4 points. But so does Bruiser Lee. Oh, nice hit from, is that Mr. G? Mr. G takes Gus to the infield, forces that call off. So, you know,
Mr. G's been a bit of a sleeper this whole game,
Yeah.
kind of just coming out of nowhere and knocking some people. What were you going to say? I'm
I
sorry.
was going to say this, you know, I see a lot of athletes wearing the one leg, like, is it a compression, like,
Sleeve? Yeah.
sleeve on one leg? Do I need to do that now? Do I need to have a one leg in compression at all times?
Well, so it's so they always turn to the left.
Oh,
so
okay.
You'll be like Zoolander where you can only turn left. You won't be able to make right turns if
Well,
you
see,
do that.
but I need it on the right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never mind. So we've got Crash and Ice Cold. Ooh. Okay.
Crash fine. It looked like Crash might not be fine,
Yeah,
but Crash was fine.
I was a little concerned about that crash that just happened for Crash. Cooper was shaking his ears over there like, no. I just love, so this is going to be a great weekend. We're going to have Cooper and then Flower City, so we're going to get to see Anderson Schramm. I cannot wait to see my baby. Oh, again, another big diving hit, diving fall from Crash.
Yeah, I got to tell you, though, Austin doing a good job burning the clock for this power jam.
Yeah, so just a little stat thrown from Bliss over here. Gus has had lead 12 times in this game.
And has been in every jam. I don't know if that's true.
No,
No.
he hasn't.
It just it felt
feels
like
like
it,
it.
though.
It feels like it.
Ice Cold threw the initial and now threw for 4.
Oh, nice drawback here.
I mean, game clock has elapsed. No
Ooh.
lead, though.
Nice work by Truffle.
Cole
Truffle.
went to the box and came back out, so is not eligible. Crash still eligible, but needs to complete an initial.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back.
Crash going to the penalty box. So at this point, we are, we don't have an established lead. The period clock has expired, so we're going to go either by who gets lead, if anybody, or, if Cole would get it, or to the expiration of the clock, which I think we're just killing the clock now.
And there it is.
And there it is.
We'll look for some final fingers from our jam refs. Got him.
Wow, 12 points on that last jam from Austin. We are going to wait till we get the official score. I know Yeety's telling me that we want to get team photos at the end of the track, or behind the end of the track there. I believe that's where we'll also do our MVP awards. So give it up for the winner of the first game of Battle of Bunker Hill, your Penn Jersey Roller Derby Hooligans.
We are set up, Pinky, for a great weekend of Derby here in Dover.
Dover, New Hampshire.
It's going to be it for me for the day. You're staying on the next one with
I
our good
am.
friend Wrecking Bill, but I will catch all of you wonderful Derby people bright and early tomorrow morning.
So let's give it up for Austin Anarchy. What a fight in this game. Really, we saw a lot of amazing action. We, back and forth in the first half, and then they kept the fight up. I mean, 224 points, pretty impressive scoring there. Picture, again, at the on the other side of the track, kind of like under the scoreboard over there. Please go see Yeety. I'm Pinky Donchadero,
I'm Discussions.
and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.